Good morning everyone, John from Edwards Motor Works Limited. We're out here today in the middle of nowhere. Come to diagnose a Peugeot 207 non-start. So the RAC have already attended. They've actually diagnosed this one. I managed to sell him a battery anyway. Probably didn't need. That there is the main positive for the starter motor, and it's got no power going to it. Right, so that's the bits that are basically fallen off. That was in the bottom of the wiring going onto the starter motor, and just because it's the lowest point in the wiring, the water sits there and it's rotted away. So at one point it will need a new cable from the alternator to the starter motor, to the battery, but as we get the vehicle started. So we've jumped up into the van and we've made up a new lead for the starter motor. This is going to go between the battery positive and the battery, the starter motor terminal. You can see the leads we've crimped, and we've also put heat shrink on there to protect it. Waterproof lined, glue lined, sorry, so they're waterproof. Right, it's very hard for me to get two hands on here, but this is what we've done. And you can see basically there's our new wire on the starter motor. I've also changed the nut. Zoomed in, that'd be good. So fingers crossed now. We'll build it back up and it should fire up. So our new cable now runs with the original wiring loom, which will cable tie up. It comes out the back into this top fuse board. Run it through this spare part here, and it will join onto the original starter motor wiring. We'll torque that up, paint mark it, and build it back up. So we've changed the wire that was broken, it still doesn't start. So now we've set up a test lead, and basically we're going to check there's power going to the starter motor. So that light is connected to the trigger wire of the starter motor, so that should light up. It's not. Right, buses out the Autel power probe, which is going through some fuses that relate to the circuit. And this fuse here, which relates to the starter motor circuit, it's 12 volts one side, and it's dead on the other side. Right, so we've changed that fuse out. That's the starter motor trigger wire. Now I've got 12 volts that side, 12 volts that side. So in theory we should now start. Lovely. So not only have they sold, the RAC sold this customer a battery, but it doesn't fit, it's not tall enough. It's the wrong battery for this vehicle. So basically when this is on, it won't go all the way down because the battery's not tall enough. So it needs to be sort of just leveraged on top there, which isn't great. You know, I understand these roadside technicians need to sell stuff, but I shouldn't be selling stuff that doesn't fit. You know, the cover's all the way down properly, and the battery is just not tall enough. So we've just parked on the side of the road. This is actually a customer that I fitted an injector to last week. They rung up saying that there's a fuel smell, so we've got to come back and have a look. He's not happy, so we'll find out what's going on. Yeah, he's not a happy bunny, so we're going to find out if something's happened. It's possibly that an injector leak off line has maybe popped off or something like that, but it is raining, no rings on the floor, which I would expect when fuel's leaking, so that's a good sign. So that was a long-winded job basically last time I was here I replaced number 4 injector, and I on these Ford Focuses you have to do like a drive cycle. So when you fit the injector you can't just program it and go, you've got to do a drive cycle, which basically 7 times, it says 10 times on the tool but it's actually 7 times. You've got to find a road where you can drive along, accelerate hard in 3rd gear up to 50 miles an hour, and then drop off and then let it go down. It's really hard to do in the road that it's on, and I'll just show you that run. It's a really busy road. At the moment it's not that busy, but yeah, generally it's a really busy road. I just, at the time, I must have just not done it properly. So I've come back, rightly so. Why wouldn't I? Not every job goes right, and yeah, basically I've been out for a long road test. It took me about an hour, and we got the job done. Customer's happy, showed him it, and it's all good. So on to the next one. So it's all fun and games today. My next job is basically one that I went to a week ago. I've been off on holiday since, I've not been able to come back to it, but basically it was just a simple front brake pad change, but I couldn't get one of the wheels off. It had been to a fast fit garage within the last month, and the guy said he changed the front tyre, and basically I couldn't get the locking wheel nut undone. My torque wrench goes to 300 newton meters, and it was clicking out of that on the locking wheel nut key, and I said to the guy, look, it's going to snap the locking wheel nut key. So they tried a Dynamite kit and it just wouldn't grip it, so you had to get a specialist to come out. While I was on holiday they came out, drilled the bolt out for him, and we're back today to basically change the rest of the pads. Here's the old pads here. They are quite low. Well, this side's not. This side's quite low. It actually brung the wear light on. This is the pad wear sensor. Change these with every brake pad change. You can see there where it touched the disc, it brung the wear light on. So yeah, put the new pads in. I've just got to put the new wear sensor wire in place, and then this job can be completed. Oh, for all you fast fit guys out there, this is called a torque wrench. You set it to the desired torque and you do the wheel bolts or nuts up with it. You don't use the fucking gun to do them up with, because it just causes people like me headaches. So because this is BMW, you also have to reset the conditional based servicing. So here you can see front brakes have reset at 100%. So it's pretty easy on a service tool. Now you can see here on the dashboard it says front brake pads replaced in the next 12,000 miles. That's all reset. Car's all done. So we've driven about an hour to our next job. I came and looked at this one again about a week ago, diagnosed it, needs a power steering pump. That now, I come down here, you can see the belts come off, and right down there should be a power steering pulley, but it's actually gone. The reason for this is because it's actually had a wet belt. They've refitted the old timing cover and it's leaking, and it's basically overheated the pulley. So we advised that it's going to need the wet belt redoing, but for now, just to get the customer on the road, we're going to fit a new power steering pump. So step up into the van. We gave the customer the choice for genuine and non-genuine. This one is a non-genuine, although all it is really is a genuine one that's been refurbed, which is absolutely fine. They're very expensive. But yeah, this wheel's basically missing, so that's come off somewhere, gone down the road. Right, this is the old pump out. You see the big wheel's completely gone. The real reason for it, I can only assume, is because it's absolutely caked in oil, and the and the pulley just got worn because it wasn't being turned around properly. Made a bit of a mess under here. These are what we call dried coconut shells. So when we spill anything, chuck this down. It's eco-friendly, it dries it up. And the annoying thing is, it goes in your fucking eyes. Ugh. So anyway, new pump's on. New reconditioned pump. It's a Ford genuine pump. It's just been reconditioned. They're selling it as a aftermarket part. So you still need to advise the customer that the timing cover it needs sorting out. As you can see, it's leaking still. And yeah, we'll bleed it out. Here we are. Still running up okay. Just gonna put the headlight back in. Turn the steering wheel lock to lock to bleed it out. That's that one all buttoned up. That's a bit annoying. Really worked when it last. Try to glue that back on. Just crap dash really. So yeah, we're just going to run this for a bit. Take it for a drive and check the fluids, make sure it's all good. But yeah, happy with that. Oh. All over my face that stuff is. Got to clear that up still. And but yeah, once that's dried up a little bit, we'll sweep up the roads and then we'll be on with the next one. This is the joys of being mobile. The heavens have opened. They're lucky enough. We've got the gazebo up. So we can crack on with the job without getting absolutely soaked. And without getting this cam belt soaked as well. So this is where we're at anyway. The bottom's locked off. We've undone the 30 mils on here. Just got to undo the ones on the high pressure pump, time it up, pull the cam belt off, ditch the coolant and renew everything. So we're just starting to fit the rollers that we're torquing up. It's a bit noisy in the background in a minute. Yeah, just had on-time tyres, fit us some new tyres on the van while we're at a job. Nice and convenient. So I just missed out a bit of filming while he was cracking on. But yeah, so this is where we're at. Got a new cam belt roller on, new water pump. Just going to go around, torque everything up. So we're following this with torque settings. So basically the coolant pump, 15 newton meters, and then everything else that we need. New cam belt roller going on. So that's on 50 newton meters, then 90 degrees after that. Right, so this is where we got to. We turn the engine over twice once we've fitted everything. Place the bolts in the camshaft, so that's what you've got to do. Put the pins back in, everything lines back up. And that's it now, just got to bolt everything else back up. We're nearly getting there. Just putting the lower bits back on. And then the engine mount. So I almost forgot then, I nearly put the old belt back on. So this is the original Volkswagen Audi group. And if you look here, we need this number here, 6PK1070. That basically means that there's 6 ribs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's 1070 millimeters long. Continental, good make brand, 6PK1070. Now it's always good practice to make sure the writing faces you when you're on the driver's side of the car. Now generally it's always easier to put the belt on and go for the biggest pulley last. So that's what we've done, and we tension the belt up and we just let go of it now. It's automatic tensioning, so we don't need to do any more there. One nice new belt fitted. So we're now all built back up. We've only got the engine under tray left to put on and the wheel arch liner. This is where we're at now. You've got to fill the coolant up. This is a coolant bleeder tool which basically pulls a vacuum on all of the hoses. Just waiting for the air compressor to charge up at the moment. Then we'll pull this down to a vacuum, then basically replace the vacuum with coolant. So as you can see now, our coolant is being drawn in by this tool, and you'll see this gauge slowly go over. You add a bit more in. So when the gauge gets to 0, where it is now, we know we're done. Got a bit left in the bottle, but the system is full up. So that's that job all finished off. I had to take it for a road test to get it hot and bleed the coolant. But yeah, all happy. I'm finished for the day now, 3:30, so that's pretty handy. So yeah, see you on the next job.